Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? What it is. In rural 1937 Mississippi, 3 inmates on a chain gang are on the run, on the hunt for buried treasure. There's Ulysses, the leader, the brains, the fast talker with the plan, Pete, the voice of reason, and Delmer. He's Delmer. Together they go on an adventure, meeting a wide variety of colorful characters like a blues guitar player who just sold his soul to the devil, a bank robber named George Nelson, an old blind railroad man, an old blind radio man. There is a lot of old blind people in this movie. They've got 4 days to make it to the hiding place for the money before it's flooded by the Tennessee Valley Corporation, leading to a harrowing, twisting, turning adventure filled with drama, action, and music. Why you should watch it. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou was a film filled with music, memorable characters, and instantly quotable lines. It has the always charismatic George Clooney in one of his best roles, along with Coen Brothers regulars like John Turturro and John Goodman, along with a lot of other smaller roles that leave a big impact, like Holly Hunter as Penny, Everett's ex-wife, or Michael Badalucco as a very, very fictionalized version of a real-life bank robber, George Nelson, as the real George Nelson had been dead for 3 years before the movie takes place. This is a Coen Brothers film, those brothers being Joel and Ethan Coen, who have written a slew of classic films together that I'm sure you've heard of. But for a quick reminder, they did The Big Lebowski, Fargo, Raising Arizona, No Country for Old Men, and Miller's Crossing. This is to just name a few. They've been making movies for a long time, and nearly every movie they've made has been worth a watch. Nearly. Coen Brothers films are known for their snappy dialogue, with their lines littering internet's list of the most memorable quotes. In this department, Oh Brother does not disappoint one bit. Some of my favorite quotes that I still use in everyday life come from this film, like,
"Who elected you leader of this outfit?"
Well, Pete, I figured it should be the one with the capacity for abstract thought.
And remember, Jesus saves, but George Nelson withdraws.
I don't carry Dapper Dan, I carry fop.
Well, I don't want fop, goddammit. I'm a Dapper Dan man. I don't get it, Big Dan.
Many of these come from George Clooney's character Everett, and this character hits a certain weakness of mine. Fast-talking charmers that use a mixture of charisma and a large vocabulary to confuse and win over whomever they speak to. If any of you have seen my Legend of Korra review, you would have seen me say the same thing for Varric or Cave Johnson. This kind of Howard Hughes eccentric style, though Everett isn't superbly wealthy and has a southern accent, this same mold fits. The music of Oh Brother is a key part of this film, featuring a wide variety of folk, gospel, and bluegrass songs such as In the Jailhouse Now, I'm a Man of Constant Sorrow, Hard Time Killin' Floor Blues, and Down to the River to Pray, just to name a few. This soundtrack is filled with amazing songs, and I listen to it over and over again with both song and their place in the film etched into my mind. Music helps the already rich atmosphere of this world, making you feel like you're really immersed in Depression-era Mississippi. Atmosphere is also built up in the dusty sepia tone color of the film, which is actually one of the first examples of major digital color correction in film. A tool that would be overutilized and run into the ground with directors like Zack Snyder, but in this instant, it serves to enhance the film, and as I mentioned, immerse you in that atmosphere of Depression-era Mississippi. It gives this atmosphere of everything being just a bit dusty, a bit dirty, a bit depressing in its own way. Oh Brother is a retelling of Homer's epic The Odyssey, with Ulysses Everett playing our hero Odysseus. On his quest, he meets a one-eyed man that is his Cyclops. There are sirens and sages, and some of the other aspects are just a bit too spoilery for me to really get into here. But this film takes one of the greatest epics of all time and infuses it with the soul of Americana, with historical figures and folktale heroes, along with some of our country's greatest shames. It changes it into something that feels so very American, and as it is a blending of multiple cultures dressed on a story from the old world, taking something old and making it feel fresh and new. What it's similar to. For Coen Brothers films, I would draw comparisons between this and a recent movie, Hail Caesar, with wild westerns, Roman epics, and the Red Scare all shown in Hail Caesar, and Oh Brother with the rural South during the Depression, filled with music, bandits, scummy politicking, and classic American racism. The other would be Inside Llewyn Davis, specifically for the music. If you enjoy the folk sound of Llewyn Davis, then the bluegrass, folk, and gospel sound of Oh Brother should really appeal to you, as both films have music as a large part of their identity and makeup as films. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou leans more towards comedic, while Llewyn Davis is more of a dark drama, so in that sense they aren't incredibly similar, but specifically with their music there is a lot of similarity there. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is a movie that shaped me growing up, with lines I can never forget and characters that'll always stay with me. While maybe not the most well-known or well-loved Coen Brothers films, it is always going to be one of my favorites, and without a doubt, a movie you should watch.
I don't get it, Big Dan.